Somebody is driving a motorbike. Not like a Harley or anything, one of those annoying little motorbikes. I hope you can't hear that. Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen, I happen to have seen a film that's been getting a little bit of buzz lately from Netflix called called Bird Box. And people were saying Bird Box is like A Quiet Place. No, Bird Box is like if you took the worst parts of The Happening and the worst parts of I Am Legend with Will Smith and smushed them together to make a movie, but you took away all of the budget, so it wasn't a very good movie. And even super saturating this with the stars like Sandra Bullock and John Malkovich, you cannot make this a good movie because it is so predictable. Now, I mean, I went to work and it was a slow night at work, and I was there with another officer, and we pulled up Netflix and we watched a Bird Box. And literally in the middle of watching it, this guy just got up and got into the guard shack. He was so bored with this movie. And when you say, well, you know, what's wrong with the movie? If you could say, well, what is the thing that's wrong with the movie? Is it the fact that the monster is essentially leaves blowing in the wind? Yes, that is a big problem with this movie. It's leaves blowing in the wind. I mean, what the problem continues to be is the monsters are an inconvenience, and the real danger tends to be other humans who want you to see the monsters. I mean, if I haven't gone over it, here's the thing. The premise is the world has been invaded by monsters that if you see them, you go crazy and kill yourself, or you experience bizarre levels of euphoria and want other people to experience that euphoria, so you want them to see the monsters. The monsters, however, are actually invisible, and they are just leaves blowing in the wind. And they do make sounds, so they may or may not have a corporeal form, but everybody is doing these things to see so they can't see the monsters. But I mean, you know, this being so ridiculously supernatural in nature without having anything cool to ward off the monsters, I mean, you know, it's like there are shots where you can see through the blindfolds and that there is light and dark. So, I mean, how much of the monsters can you see before you go insane? Like, if I just put a strip of, like, red plastic over my face and saw them through red plastic, would that mean I'd go insane? I mean, that's what they should have done. They should have strapped somebody down and, like, put red plastic or green plastic or something in front of their face and seen if the monsters made them go crazy. Anyway, yeah, look. Everybody's talking about this movie and a lot of people like it. Just try to remember, it is a movie about a bunch of people holed up in a house with monsters that can't really hurt them. I mean, it's like, yes, you could put on a blindfold and walk outside and be perfectly fine. And yeah, okay, well, it's dangerous for you to be out there because you're blind. But after a few years of this happening, and years do pass in the movie, you should be fine. Eventually you adapt. Anyway, that's my 50 cents on this horrible film. I know it's not the most compiled and together review, but yeah, not the most compiled and together movie. Anyway, I'm Richard.